Welcome aboard Sea Venture. Join us and our crew as we slowly explore Mexico, the people, the culture, the anchorages, the cruising grounds, and everything it has to offer. Good morning, everybody. January 2nd. Happy New Year's here from Ensenada, Mexico. Since we came to Ensenada months ago, we have moved the boat over to Cruzport Marina, which is right downtown. It allows us better access to downtown, and this marina doesn't have a big surge in it like Marina Corral does. So we're enjoying Cruzport Marina here in downtown Ensenada. We're waiting for a weather window to go south. So today, this is what predict wind looks like. It's a 7.7 foot seas on 8.4 seconds. That's kind of a hard no at this point. And if we play it on, it doesn't, it gets a little better tomorrow, and then it starts to deteriorate again. When we leave Ensenada, we've got about a 40-hour run to Turtle Bay, which is an anchorage that is well protected. Between here and Turtle Bay, there is a couple possible anchorages, but they're fairly exposed. So if you've got a lot of weather, in the Turtle Bay area on the cruise there, and you stop at those anchorages, it may be pretty darn rolly. So we really looking for at least a 3-day weather window to get down to Turtle Bay. And it's not really showing up very well. Not good today, not good tomorrow, those kind of things. By Friday, look at this. Got 12 feet on 13 seconds. Maybe we're going to have to reduce our standards a little bit. And if it helps explain, when predict wind shows 12 feet, this is right here, 12 feet on 13.7 seconds outside of Ensenada on Friday, that's ocean swell. Any wind chop or wind waves is on top of that. So you need to look at both the waves in predict wind and then look at the wind to try to get a gauge about how much wind chop you would have on top of a 12-foot swell. So I don't know, maybe we're going to have to reduce our standards a little. What do you think? What is go or no-go weather from Ensenada headed south? It's January 2nd. We've paid for our moorage because it was a lot less expensive to do it by the month. So we're paid through January 25th. So no matter when we leave, we're paying through January 25th. That's done. So anyway, not today. So today we're going to do some stuff around the boat, and we're going to go walk into town and explore, and we'll try to take you along with us. Here we are in Ensenada at the beginning of the Malecon. Sea Venture is pointed right at the Carnival Radiance, the cruise ship that's in port today. The Malecon, which is in a lot of Mexican coastal towns, is really a large pedestrian promenade along the water that's really a lot of fun. So let's go take a look at the Malecon in Ensenada. Walking in Ensenada, a town of about 1 million people, it's probably like almost any Mexican city. You actually have to pay attention to where you're walking. Check out the sidewalk as we go ahead. This is typical. Not put a lot of effort into avoiding trip hazards. It's all good. You just have to actually pay attention. And dare I say, take responsibility for yourself if you trip and fall on your face. So, we just gotta watch where you step. Otherwise, no wasted money on infrastructure. in Mexico. Time to go grocery shopping. So our bag of fresh hot rolls turned out to be, focus, 18 pesos, 90 cents for our roll, for our bag of rolls. So here's the eggs in the grocery store. One thing to get used to in Mexico is that often the eggs are not refrigerated. So eggs are just fine apparently, not refrigerated, if they've never been refrigerated. And once you refrigerate it, they need to stay refrigerated. At least that's my understanding. But usually in Mexico, when you go into a grocery store, the eggs will be on a shelf and unrefrigerated. Seems to have always been just fine.
Jim is stocking up on limes. We have been working on finessing our margaritas, and so we need lots of good limes for making some yummy margaritas later.
Is that good? Yeah, I think so. So
That'll do.
here's the deal with making margaritas. The first ones are okay. The second ones are better than the first. By the third one, you got it really down. And by the fourth one in the evening, it doesn't matter. They're great. So that's the lime, but we need limes.
Our treasures for this stop.
Now we'll go check out and see what we spent. Move it up.
This is not working.
Oh, see, see. We spent 264 pesos, about $13.20 on our groceries today.
All right, we stopped at a little bakery right around the corner, and I really wanted to get something like ciabatta bread, but instead they have this Mediterranean loaf. So check that out, for 60 pesos.
$3, about $3.
So anyway, lots of good stuff here, and lots of stuff in the case, but we're gonna stick with our bread for today.
Well, here we are at Santo Tomas. This is kind of wine and cheese shops, and it's where the little bakery is we were just at. And it's kind of a tourist attraction, actually. I think that cruise ships bring people here by the busloads. I don't know, but it's all kind of pretty cool. Little pedestrian walk-through, and some fountains, and wine tasting places. Just a fun spot to come explore in Ensenada. We stopped for lunch at a local restaurant, not a tourist location. So far this is what we got, and we ordered, and we'll see how it comes out.
Yeah.
I think we know what we ordered. We think we know what we ordered. Lunch has arrived. All right, lunch was great. So let's go over the bill real quick for you. It was 415 pesos. That is $20 and 75 cents. $20.75 total for lunch for Rosie and I and our drinks and stuff. And when you look at a bill, you'll see that there was like 30 pesos for tax, but but the tax is included in the prices you see on the menu. So that always takes a little bit of getting used to. And so $4.15, we left a 50 peso tip, which is about the same as $2.50. What our Mexican friends are telling us is that kind of a normal tip is 10%. You can go up to 15, but 10 is very common here in Mexico. So that's a hard one for me because I'm a big tipper, even if it really annoys Rosie. because I think waiters work really hard, and I'm happy to share, but I want to be culturally correct too, so we're trying to stick to the 10%, so here's a little bit over the 10%. But all in, basically 20 bucks for lunch. All right, now back to Sea Venture. Well, Rosie's starting off this morning with editing the episode that brings us to Ensenada, filmed months ago, but we really want to try to get it posted today. That's our big goal while we're in town waiting for our weather window. And then later this morning, we've got a diver coming by to look at the bottom of the boat. We need to get the bottom of the boat cleaned, so that'll be kind of cool, and we'll see how that goes. On the upper deck here of Sea Venture at Cruiseport Marina. It's there's no cruise ships here today. I think it's the first day we've been here that it doesn't look like there's going to be any cruise ships. And then here's Barkley with his harness on. Barkley, which we call Kitty Jail, because we like to give them this upper deck. They like to run around and play inside the tenders and have fun. But yesterday, Barkley was a bad kitty because he is totally capable and does not mind from here jumping down to the lower deck, off the boat, onto the dock, and then we found him on our neighbor's sailboat yesterday. So now he has his harness on, which he can move around just fine, but he acts like he's frozen in it. So we call it Kitty Jail for now, until we learn to stay on the boat. All right, Raul stopped by, and he's going to clean the bottom of the boat for $85, which is great. It's like, I don't know, $1.50 a foot or something like that. It's something we could do, you know, get out the dive gear and fuddle with all of that, but boy, what a lot of work and cleanup. So Raul's going to do that. In Mexico, you pretty much got to have the bottom of your boat cleaned or clean it yourself every month. And I think here actually at Cruiseport in the Marina rules, it actually says that you're required to have the bottom cleaned once a month in the marina. So stuff grows really fast in the warm water. So let's check out Raul cleaning the bottom of Sea Venture. Raul is starting on the bottom cleaning project, first with just his snorkel, and then I think he'll move to his tank to do the lower part. Well, Raul's done cleaning the bottom of the boat. Zincs all looked good. Took him about an hour. Charges $85. We gave him $100. Should all be good. It's about 3 hours later since she started, and what's Rosie doing? Still working on music on episode 122, so you better enjoy that little background music that's in that episode. Barkley, he's down here having a great time. Happy to be out of kitty jail and not have his harness on, but no access to upstairs right now. So in a little bit, we're going to walk down to the Malecon and do some more, show you a little bit more of that. And then we're going to meet up some friends we met on YouTube at a taco stand we found a week or so ago that was really cool, and enjoy some fresh fish tacos or something else from the menu for lunch. And hopefully by lunchtime, Rosie will be done with this music on this video. All right, we're here in Ensenada in the middle of the Malecon in the big wide part. There's a big fountain that runs the whole length of this, and we'll try to find some other video we had when the fountain was running. Rosie. And then there's a big, huge flagpole, but the flag's not up today, so we got to find a picture of the flag when it's up. And then the infamous Ensenada sign, of course. These kind of signs, colorful signs like this along the water, are really common in Mexico. They're along all the coastal towns. There's actually like 4 of them in Ensenada. There's another one not very far away, actually down the Malecon further north. But it's kind of the tourist spot. Today it's pretty empty here, because it's the first day, actually, I think, since we've been here there's no cruise ships today. So there's been one at least every other day, some days two, and a couple days I think they've squeezed in a third one somehow. We have to see how that works. There's like, I think there's a day coming up with 3 cruise ships. Has a small one and 2 big ones. Anyway, we're gonna go meet David and Nancy, a couple that we met via YouTube who watch our videos. They are from South Africa, and they allege in part due to our videos, hopefully not too much, they sold their home in South Africa, reduced their entire life to 4 suitcases that could go on an airplane, bought a boat that was in Washington State sight unseen, you know, video looking at the boat kind of thing, bought it, flew to Washington State, took delivery of the boat, cruised to Puget Sound and the Gulf Islands to get used to it, and now have cruised it to Ensenada, Mexico, and will be continuing south about the same time we do, or a little later or something. Anyway, we're gonna go to a fish taco place with them, and yeah, what fun. Fun meeting people that have seen us on YouTube and you know, been inspired to do something. That's pretty cool. Here's Baja Naval. This is a shipyard that I think most of the cruisers live here or use here in Ensenada, where they haul boats and you can do work and get work done on your boat. They actually cross the Malecon with a lift, and then the shipyard has a couple docks here that you can tie up to as well, another small marina. Anyway, this is Baja Naval, where a lot of people play with their boats. Well, this is one of them. Is the fish already cooked? Gracias. Well, after Rosie spent a few hours this morning on music on this video, and then we spent a couple more hours doing some final editing and audio adjustments, we finally got it ready to create the final MP4, and now it is slowly uploading via Starlink to YouTube. So we should be able to get this thing done later this evening and posted for you. In the meantime, Rosie's working on pulling up some more video off our phones from Ensenada earlier in our times here, so that we can incorporate those in a later video. So instead of making margaritas, we made a pot of coffee this evening. Sunny, relaxing day in Ensenada for everybody. Well, yesterday I mentioned that I thought sometimes it looked like there was 3 cruise ships on the schedule for Ensenada, and then now today there's going to be 3 cruise ships, it looks like. Right in front of us again is the Disney Wonder, who was just here a few days ago. Then over here is the something Regent. I don't know what that ship is. We haven't seen that one here before. And looking at the cruise ship schedule, it looks like the Disney Wonder is leaving at 3 o'clock, and another cruise ship arriving directly from Honolulu is arriving at 4 for the evening. So apparently that's how they're going to do 3 cruise ships when there's room for 2. One's going to leave and the third one's going to come. Going to watch that later today. Hanging out on the upper deck with Blake and Barkley. Barkley's up here out of kitty jail. Blake relaxing on top of the tender. Just having a good time. Probably can't see you in the sun. There's Barkley walking around between the tenders. Just relaxing up here.
We just have to keep an eye on Barkley.
Yep, got to keep our eyes on him.
Really? Like I don't give you water to drink? He's drinking.
Is he drinking?
Yes. What a silly cat.
While we've been in Ensenada, we're trying to, learn new things. And one of the things we've been working on learning is how to make margaritas on the boat. So we've got all our ingredients, and we're going to show you what we're doing so far in making margaritas, and then you can tell us what we're doing wrong on how to make them better. All right, so let's give this a try.
Step 1 is lime juice. So Jim is slicing limes, and then he'll be juicing limes. Lots of limes.
We're already buying them by the kilo. Because the recipe we're going to use is 1/4 of the drink is lime juice. We're going to pour in about 1/4 cup of lime juice. This is, how do you say it?
Controy?
Something like that. So we were at the liquor store and we told the guy what we wanted, and he said, oh, here it is. It's the American version. It was like 800 pesos or even more, like $45. And he goes, but this is the Mexican version of the exact same thing, and it's like $13. So we got it. So we got our 1/4 cup of lime juice, about 1/4 cup of this.
The orange liqueur.
The orange liqueur kind of replaces like sugar water or something like that.
Which we've used in the past and been pretty successful with.
And then Don Julio 70 is tequila, 1/2 cup of this.
We're going to need more.
Of the tequila?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to keep practicing. Right, and then for a mixer cup, we're using, we don't have a mixer cup, so we're using a Nordhaven Yeti cup that we got.
Complimentary Yeti
Complimentary from Nordhaven, thank you so much.
It works great.
Put a bunch of ice in it. Pour our mixture in it. Put the lid on. Shake. Get a couple glasses out. Let's see, how do we want to do this? We'll do this like this. Put some salt in the little bowl. What I've been doing is taking the glass and like sticking it down in a little bit of lime juice. And then in there, it makes it like a little salted edge. Trying to make it look cool. What do we know? Like I said, by the 4th one, they're really good. Then do I have to cut these little guys? I don't know. You can do the little round things or the quarters. I don't know which is the best. You tell me. So that's going to be our margaritas to start.
All right, what do you think?
It's pretty good. So it's our first time using that, what's it called?
Controy.
Controy or something like that.
Orange liqueur.
Before we used simple syrup, which is really just 50% water and 50% sugar. You boil it so all the sugar is dissolved. So this comes out not quite as sweet. So I might try a little mix of the simple
There's
syrup.
a seal on that top.
And there's a seal behind us making noise.
There's a kitty rubbing my legs down here. Right, buddy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, so...
We'll keep playing with the mix, trying this new stuff.
See how it goes.
Cheers. So how do we end the evening after a few margaritas? This is like as soon as you sit down in the evening, Blake's traditional roll or spot, either on me or Rosie. Barkley's out wandering around. I don't know if you got to hear it a little bit, but there's like a huge, hear him? A big sea lion on the finger pier right behind Sea Venture, which is fine, but he's spending all night talking.
Now he's quiet.
Now he's quiet.
Any rate.
The last cruise ships have left, so we can wrap up our evening now with a selection from Netflix. Compliments in part to Starlink.
Yep.
All right. Good night, everybody.